Hi Year 4, Mrs Smith here. I'm here to do the maths lesson again today. This week we're going to be recapping Roman numerals from 1 to 100 or I to C, looking at knowing over time the numeral system changed to include the concept of zero and place value. And as it's our topic for ancient Egypt, I thought we'd have a look at another numeral system as well. Okay, what's the big picture? Why are we doing this? Well, Roman numerals are still used today for lots of different things. They're used for monarch names like Elizabeth II. They're used at the end of films for the year or to tell us the century. And they're also used in some clocks and sundials still. So it's worth knowing. As we're going to be looking at ancient Egyptian numeral system and the Roman numeral system today, I thought we'd put it into context of when in the world we're actually looking. So ancient Egypt, if you remember from our timelines in the classroom, is 3100 BC to 332 BC. That's over 5,000 years ago that we're looking at that system. We've also then got the Romans. That was AD 43 to AD 410. Now the Romans did try and invade Britain before that. They tried to invade in 55 BC, but they weren't successful. Now, the key question we need to ask is, can you remember what BC and AD actually mean? That's right. BC means before Christ and AD means Anno Domini, which is in the year of our Lord. The two numeral systems we're going to be looking at are over 5,000 years old and nearly 2,000 years old. So we're going to be looking at these two systems, seeing how they're similar and how they are still used. This is the ancient Egyptian number system. You can see that number 1 is just a line, 10 is an arch, and 100 is a coil of rope, 1,000 is a lotus flower, 10,000 is a finger, 100,000 is a tadpole or a frog, and 1,000,000 is an Egyptian god. Now you're going to need this throughout the session today, so you might need to come back to that. I will email it you so you've got it if you wish to print it out rather than pausing the video and going back. Now we've got some rules to look at. They didn't have a symbol for every number, so to write 9 they would have to write the number 1 9 times, and to write 40 they would have to write the 10 symbol 4 times, and so on. The second rule is they used an additive system. So to look at the collection of symbols, you would add them together to get the final number. And the final rule is it didn't matter what order they wrote the symbols in. So the one that you can see there with an arch, a line, a coil of rope and a line is the same as the line, the coil of rope, the line and the arch. And both mean 112 in our number system. Okay, so I've got our decoder here that's going to help us work out the numbers. So it's going to be a little go at your turn now. So in your books, can you have a go at working out what these are using this to help you? Pause the video now and then we'll come back and check. How did you get on? Here we go. We have 3 arches and 2 lines. That's 32. The second one, we have 3 coils of rope, 1 arch and 3 lines, that's 313. For the third one, we've got a lotus flower, 2 coils of rope, 4 arches and 5 ones, so that's 1,245. And for the last one, I went for that rule where it said it can be done in any order to see if you could do that as well. So we've got a lotus flower here, so that's the largest one, so we've got 1,000. Then we've got 2 coils of rope, 200. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 arches, so that's 40, and 2 lines, giving it 2, so 1,242. Okay, for your second mini activity, can you have a go at writing these 4 numbers using the ancient Egyptian numeral system? I've put the decoder here for you to use, so if you can pause now and have a go at writing those and then come back and we'll check. How did you get on? Okay, so question 1. We'd have to have 2 arches and 4 lines. Now remember that can be done in any order. For number 2, you'd have 4 coils of rope, 5 arches and 6 lines in any order. Number 3, you'd have the lotus flower, 2 coils of rope, 3 arches and 2 lines. And again, that could be done in any order. And for the last one, you'd need the finger, 3 coils of rope, 2 arches and 1 line. And again, in any order. Well done, guys. Now it's time for your turn within your book. Chilly ones, here is your sheet. You're going to match the numbers write down the numbers either in Egyptian or in our number system. You're going to solve some addition and you're going to put some numbers in order from smallest to largest and then complete the number sequence. So if you're Chile 1, you can pause the video now and jot them down in your books. If you're Chile 2, you've got exactly the same, just different numbers in there. So you can have a go at matching, writing down the numbers, solving the equations, put them in order and finishing the sequences off. So if you're Chile 2, pause the video now and jot them down in your book. And if you're Chile 3, you have the same, slightly harder. These ones are going to be out of order. So Chile 3s, if you are going to have a go at this, can you pause the video now? Welcome back. How did you get on? So this is the check section. So Chile 1s, if you would like to pause the video now, you can check to see how you got on. Chile 2s, you can pause the video now and mark your work. And Chile 3s, you can pause the video now and check your work. Well done, guys. Here are some fun facts for you. Up until 2000 BC, Egyptians did not use the number 0. They invented the number 0 along with negative numbers for architectural purposes, especially to build the Great Pyramids. When the Romans arrived in Egypt, the Egyptian numeral system was abandoned and, to the great relief of the scribes, the people who wrote and copied documents, the Roman numeral system was adopted. The Romans didn't use the number 0 or negative numbers either, but they didn't go back and use the Egyptian system. In ancient Rome, they used letters for their numbers. These are the letters that they used. I is 1, B is 5, X is 10, L is 50, C is 100, D is 500, and M is 1000. There are rules to the Roman numeral system too. Each letter can only be repeated 3 times. XXX equals 30, but they don't use XXXX for 40. When a smaller symbol appears after a larger symbol, it is added. So XI is 10 plus the 1, making it 11. When a smaller symbol appears before a larger symbol, it's subtracted. So IX will be 1 away from the 10, making it 9. When writing a number, use the place value. So write the hundreds, then the tens, then the ones. So you can see here, you've got 100. Then you've got XL, which is 10 away from 50, making it 40. And IV, which is 1 away from the 5, making it 4. So the number is 144. Let me show you how this all works. We've got 36 in our numeral system, and we're going to have a look at making it into a Roman numeral. Now we're going to look at place value like I said earlier, so we're going to look at the tens and then the ones. So with the 30, I need the 3 x's to make 30, and then I've got 6 I need to make up as a 5 and a 1. So I've got V and I. X, 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 V, I, all added together make 36. Now I'm going to look at 42. So I'm going to look at the tens, 40. Now I said that the letters could only be put together 3 times, so I can't have X, 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 X for 40. The next letter that I can use is L, which is 50. So I need to do 10 away from that so that I can get my 40. So it would be 10 away from the 50, which is XL. Then I need to look at the 2, so I need to make that up with 2 I's. I. So I've now got 42. And the last one here for this is 89. Now I'm going to again look at the tens, then the ones. So I'm going to look at 80. Now 80 I can make up with L for 50 and then 3 X's for the 30 added together. So I've got 50, 60, 70, 80. Then I need to look at the 9. Now I'm going to do 1 away from the 10 to make that. So I need an I, X. So I've got my 89 in Roman numerals. Now let's look at it the other way around and look at reading the Roman numerals and putting it into our number system. So here I've got L, X, X, ix. Now I can see here that the smaller value of I is in front of this x here. So I can tell that I'm looking at the tens and the ones here. So here are my tens and here are my ones. So I'm going to look at the tens first. I've got L, which I know is 50. And then I've got two x's, so 10 and 10. So that's 50, two tens is 70. And then I'm going to look at that I, x. The I is smaller value, so I'm going to take it away from the x. That makes it 9. So I've got 79. The next one is XCI. Okay, so the x is in front of C. Now x means 10 and C means 100. So I've got to take this smaller value away from this larger value here. So it's 10 away from 100. So I know it is 90. And then I've just got I, which is 1. So I've got 91. And the last one, I've got L, X, 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 V, I. Now it's going in order from largest to smallest, so I know I can just add these along. So I've got L, which is 50, 3 X's, which is 30, that gives me 80. And then I've got a V, which is 5, and an I, which is 1. So I've got 86. Okay. Now it's time for you to have a go. Could you pause the video, use the decoder here? Could you then look at 24, 57 and 49 and put them into Roman numerals? And then can you look at these Roman numerals and put them into our number system? Pause the video, have a go, and then come back and check. How did you get on? Okay, 24 is XXIV, 57 is LVII, 49 is XLIX, and this Roman numeral is 38, and this one is 99. Good job.
Okay, so it's time for your turn, your main activity now. Chile 1, you've got a Roman numeral match. Now today I'm going to go for a layered approach, so after you've done Chile 1, you could have a go at Chile 2. Chile 2 are the range of things that we've been looking at, writing them in Roman numerals, writing them in our number system, putting them in order of size, and looking at some simple calculations. So pause the video now and you can have a go at Chile 2. And the third activity for today is be the teacher. Can you see which ones are correct? So put a tick next to the ones that are correct and a cross next to the ones that are incorrect. See if you can see where they've gone wrong. You need to remember those rules that I taught you earlier. So when you're ready for Chile 3, pause the video and have a go. Good luck, guys. How did you get on? Here's the answer to Chile 1 with the Roman numerals match. Pause the video and you can mark your work. Then here's the answers to Chile 2. Pause the video and then you can mark your work. And here are the answers to be the teacher for the Chile 3 task. You can pause the video and mark your work, and if you wrote the correct answer next to it, you can check those as well. Well done, guys.
This is your final challenge from this week's maths lesson. It's called making pyramids. The Egyptians made pyramids by cutting stone into blocks and placing them in layers in a square arrangement, one layer on top of another, getting smaller and smaller as they got to the top. They would need to predict how many blocks they would need to make pyramids of different sizes. So your final challenge is, could you complete this grid to help them with predicting how high and how many blocks they would need for their pyramids? If it was going to be 1 block high, you would need 1 chunk of stone. If it was going to be 2 blocks high, you'd need this layer here, which is a 2 by 2, which gives you 4 blocks, plus this top layer here, which would be 1 block. So you would need 5 chunks of stone, 5 in there, for a 2 block height pyramid. If you were going to go for a 3 block high pyramid, you would have to have this top layer of 1, the middle layer of 2 by 2, which is 4 stones, and then you'd have to have the bottom layer, which is 3 by 3, which would be 9 stones. So you'd need 9 plus the 4 plus the 1. So the beginning of this grid, 2 blocks high, you'd need 5 stones, 3 blocks high, you'd need 14 stones. Can you complete the grid? Pause the video and come back when you're finished and we can check. Good luck.
How did you get on? Here are the answers for Making Pyramids Challenge. Okay, I thought I'd show you one way that I worked one of them out. If you were looking at 5 blocks high, my bottom layer would have to be a 5 by 5 square, which gives me 25 blocks. And then I would add it to the answer of the 4 blocks before, because that would have all the other layers above. If you had a go at that, well done. If you wanted to extend yourself even further, you could see if you could work out how many blocks would be needed if it was a 20 block high pyramid. Well done for today, guys.
Here is the part we've all been waiting for. The My Maths champions this week are 4B. Well done, 4B. And this time round, for TT Rockstars, I'm going to announce the class winners for the most amount of coins earned in the last week. This was done at the time of filming. So, well done to Oliver H in 4EP, Amelia G in 4B, Harry B in 4S, and Jamie F in 4M. Well done, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the ancient Egyptian numeral system and a recap of the Roman numeral system. Well done on all your work this week, guys. Keep up the hard work. Missing you all. Bye.